Hi everyone, it's Mr. Fruscio, and today we're going to do a math lesson representing tens and ones and understanding the value of digits in their place on the tens and ones chart and what their values represent. We're going to start the lesson with a little bit of a review of what place value is and what digits mean when they're in a certain place on our numbers. And then we're going to end our lesson by comparing those numbers after we've talked about their values. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you so we can watch this little review video on tens and ones.
When we look at a number like 35, each digit in this number has its own value. There is a number in the ones place and a number in the tens place. Let's have a closer look at each number to see its true value. The ones place is furthest to the right. The number in the ones place always equals itself. In our number 35, the 5 is in the ones place. Its value is just that, 5. It is represented by the 5 ones cubes. The next place over is the tens place. The number in the tens place is always 10 times the value of the number shown. It's like counting by tens to the number you see. In our number 35, the 3 is in the tens place. We can find its value by counting by tens 3 times. Let's try it.
10, 20, 30.
The value of the 3 is 30. Another trick you can remember is to just put a 0 at the end of the number. The 3 in 35 is represented by the 3 tens blocks, which equals 30. In the number 26, the 6 is in the ones place and the 2 is in the tens place. The 6 is worth just 6, which is represented by 6 cubes. The 2 is worth 20 because it is in the tens place and is represented by the 2 long tens blocks. You can count by tens using the base 10 blocks or just count in your head.
10, 20.
I'll leave you with a challenge. Can you tell the value of the digits in the number 52? What is the value of the 5? What is the value of the 2? I'll give you some time to think, but if you need more time, you can pause the video and answer when you're ready.
Let's pause the video and think about the number 52. The value really depends on where the digit is placed. The 2 is in the ones column, so its value is just 2. The 5 is in the tens column, so it has a value that is worth 5 groups of 10, which means in order for us to figure out the value of 5, we have to count by tens 5 times, like this. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. The value of 5 is 50 because the digit is in the tens place. The value of 2 is just 2 because the digit is in the ones place. Now let's check to see if what I just said is correct.
Okay, here's the answer. The 2 is in the ones place, so it's just worth 2. The 5 is in the tens place, so we'll have to count by tens 5 times. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. The value of the 5 is 50. Remember to look at the place the digit is in before you decide the value of that number. Thanks for watching, boys and girls. See you next time.
They said, remember to look at the place the digit is in to know its value. Right now, we're going to build some numbers using our tens and ones cubes. And we're going to pay attention to where the number is or where the digit is placed to know its value. So let's start with the number 35. That was the first number in our example. In the number 35, the 5 is in the ones place. So it has a value of just 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or I could arrange them like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the number 35, the 3 is in the tens place. So it has a value of 30. 10, 20, 30. 3 groups of 10. Let's count them by tens again. 10, 20, 30. The value of the 3 in the tens place is worth 30. The value of the 5 in the ones place is just worth 5. Together we made the number 35. Let's count this out one more time. 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Now let's see what 35 would look like in a place value chart. I'm going to share my screen with you again, and we're going to make a place value chart on our whiteboard. I have my tens column, and I have my ones column. Remember, in the number 35, we had 3 groups of 10, and we had 5 ones. In my place value chart, the number 5 goes in the ones column, and the number 3 goes in the tens column. This is how I represent the number 35. 3 groups of 10, 1, 10, 20, 30, and 5 ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's look at another number. I'm going to make my tens and ones place value chart again to help us understand which place our digits belong and what their values are. Let's do the number 23. In the number 23, we have 2 groups of 10. The number 2 is in the tens place with the value of 20. 10, 20. 2 groups of 10. In the number 23, there are 3 ones in the ones place with a value of 3. 1, 2, 3. Together, we just made the number 23. 2 groups of 10 and 3 ones. Together, they make the number 23. Let's do 2 more. I'm going to make my tens and ones place value chart again. If you're at home and want to make your own chart as I am talking, you can do that too. My next number is going to have 1 group of 10. Here's my quick 10. 1 group of 10 and 2 ones. Here are my ones. It has 1 group of 10 and 2 ones. I wonder what that number represents. 1 group of 10 and 2 ones. Well, let's see what it looks like on my place value chart. 1 group of 10 and 2 ones. Do you recognize that number? That's the number 12. If you recognized it, give yourself a pat on the back. We just made the number 12 with 1 group of 10 and 2 ones. The value of the 1 in the tens place is 10. The value of the 2 in the ones place is just 2. Keep thinking about that idea while we do one more example. Remember, if you have paper at home, you can make a tens and ones chart, just like I'm doing now on our whiteboard. Now let's do a challenging one. How about the number 33? 33. When I think about the number 33, I hear that there is a 3 in the tens place and a 3 in the ones place. So what is the difference between the value of this 3 and the value of this 3? Let's think back to our video. If the 3 is in the ones place, then it has a value of just itself, 3 ones. I'm going to draw them on the whiteboard too. It has a value of 3 ones when it's in the ones place. The number in the tens place has a value of that number's group of tens. So it has a value of 3 groups of 10. I'm going to draw them on the whiteboard. 3 groups of 10. Let's count by tens to see what that value is exactly. 10, 20, 30. The value of the 3 in the tens place is 30. Together, we just made the number 33. We just used what we know about values and where the digit is placed in the tens or ones column. Now we're going to take that idea and compare some numbers. So I'm going to show you my board again. On my board, I have made this alligator. My alligator is very hungry, but he only wants to eat up the bigger number. He only wants to eat up the greater number. We're going to be using words like greater than and less than. Practice saying greater than. Practice saying less than. Let's see which number is greater. Let's look at that number 35 again. In the number 35, we had 3 groups of 10, 10, 20, 30, and 5 ones. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Let's compare 35 to the number 23. In the number 23, we have 2 groups of 10 and 3 ones. 10, 20, 21, 22, 23. When we're comparing numbers, first we need to look at the tens column. How many groups of 10 are in 35? 3 groups of 10, you're right. 3 groups of 10. How many tens are in the number, or how many groups of 10 are in the number 23? 2 groups of 10. If there are 3 groups of 10 in the number 35, and only 2 groups of 10 in the number 23, which number is my alligator going to want to eat? That's right, it's going to want to eat up 35. So I could say 35 is greater than 23. You practice saying that. 35 is greater than 23. 35 is greater than 23 because its value is greater. It has more groups of 10. Let's try another one. Let's keep the number 23 and let's compare it to the number 12. The number 12 only had 1 group of 10 and 2 ones. 10, 11, 12. Remember, my alligator wants to eat up the bigger number. So, is it going to want to eat up 12? Or is it going to want to eat up 23? Which one has the greater value? You're right. 23 has the greater value. My alligator is going to want to eat up 23 because it has more groups of 10 than the number 12. When I read it, I have to read it from left to right. So I'm going to read it like this. 12 is less than 23. You try it. 12 is less than 23. My alligator is eating up the greater number, the number with the greater value. Now let's keep the number 12 and let's compare it to that number 35. Remember, 35 has 3 groups of 10. So which one does my alligator want to eat? You're right, 35. And because we have to read it from right to left, we're going to say 12 is less than 35. You try it. 12 is less than 35. Very good. Now let's practice comparing some numbers that I use with cubes. Again, I'm going to have my alligator, but this time I'm going to put some 10s and 1s cubes down, and we're going to compare their values. First, I'm going to have 2 groups of 10 and 4 1s. What number am I representing when I use 2 groups of 10 and 4 1s? Did you say 24? Then you're right. Good job. I am representing the number 24. 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. On this side of my board, I'm going to put the number 22. 2 groups of 10 and 2 1s makes the number 22. 10, 20, 21, 22. Remember, I need to figure out which number is greater, which one my alligator is going to want to eat up. They both have 2 groups of 10. Because they both have 2 groups of 10, I need to look at my 1s place. Which number has a greater value in the 1s place? 24 or 22? You're right. 24 has a greater value in the 1s place than 22. My alligator is going to want to eat up 24. So we can say 24 is greater than 22. You try it. 24 is greater than 22. Let's do 2 more, just like this. This time, on this side, I'm going to have the number 13. How many groups of 10 are in the number 13? 1. Good job. 1 group of 10. How many 1s are in the number 13? 3. Great. Let's compare that number to the number 20. In the number 20, we have 2 groups of 10. 10, 20. Which number has the greater value? I think it might be 13 because it has some numbers in the 1s column. What do you think? Oh, you're right. I'm forgetting to look at the 10s place. This column has 2 groups of 10. This number only has 1. So my alligator is going to want to eat up 20 because its value is greater. This is going to say 13 is less than 20. You try it. 13 is less than 20. Very good. Let's do 1 more, just like this. What if we put the number 23 on this side and the number 23 on this side. They both have two groups of 10 and they both have 3 ones. Which one has a greater value? Which one is my alligator going to want to eat? Well, they both have two groups of 10 and they both have 3 ones. So they are equal. My numbers now are equal. My alligator could eat up both if he wanted, but neither one is greater or less than the other because the value in the tens place and the value of the ones place is the same. You guys did a great job today reviewing tens and ones and understanding the digits have a value. We also did a great job comparing numbers and using the phrases greater than and less than. Don't forget to do the must-do activity that I have connected to this lesson and have so much fun reviewing it tomorrow with your teacher. Goodbye, everybody.